Hey everybody, this is the Patzer with the chess.com puzzle for August 12th, 2019. This is a tantalizing and infuriating puzzle. 3 moves. Let's take a look and see why. Black is to go first, as you might imagine, and there's one very obvious move that would make things uncomfortable for white, and that's for the black queen to check the king. And if the white king steps out of the way, then you can see that the knight can check the king, and of course the pawn can get rid of the knight. And then you might imagine that if the king gets out of the H column, that this provides opportunities for the rook. Now that's the solution to the puzzle. Those are the 3 moves. You solve the puzzle, and I solved the puzzle. Oddly enough, but as a patzer, when I solve these puzzles, I don't always appreciate just exactly what I've done. And here's what I mean in this case. The rook here is going to checkmate the king. Okay, so it's not just coming down here and checking the king, and white's got to scramble to figure out how to solve how to get out of this dilemma. There is no dilemma. It's mate. The rook goes down to h1. It's mate, and the game is over. So what happens next? That's the question, right? Well, when I played the Stockfish engine in this position, white always does the same thing, not surprisingly, which is this: the white queen takes the remaining knight and checks the king, and of course when the white queen does that, it's a kamikaze move. The only alternative that black has is to take the queen, and that seems like a huge win, right? There's no queen sacrifice. The black winds up with its queen and deprives white of its queen. But here's the thing, okay? From this position, once that happens, and of course this is in this position, you've already solve the puzzle if you've just brought the king down to g8. You've solved the puzzle. There's nothing more for you to do once you've done that. You realize that, or I hope you do. I mean, I didn't, but you realize that all that rook has to do is head to h1, and it's all over for white. But when white makes that desperation move to check the king and sacrifice itself, well, you've still got plenty of chess to play. And I, as the patzer, I could not beat white with a queen and a rook against a rook and 2 bishops. I couldn't do it. I couldn't figure out how to do it. And here's why I don't feel bad. And that's because when I had the Stockfish engine play itself in this position, and everything went exactly as chess.com says it should, all right, the white queen takes the knight, and the black queen takes the white queen. And from here, when I couldn't figure out how to beat white, well, it took the Stockfish engine 70 moves to defeat white. That's a lot of moves. So the moral of the story is you can solve a puzzle like this one. You can be a move away from checkmating the other side, and yet a desperation move, and there's nothing more desperate than when a queen gives herself up when that's the only defense that's available. But man, when it takes 70 moves to mate the other side, well, that's kind of incredible. So that's the puzzle for August 12th. This is the Patzer. Get out from behind the 8 ball, and I'll speak to you soon.